Hey everybody, it's me, Catavarimus, and welcome to my mermaid speed paint. I drew Cat like a mermaid a while back. You can kind of see the reference image flashing up here and there. And I wanted to do it again. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk about my process here a little bit, and my little VTuber self here. As you can see, I kind of already had a rough idea what I was going for when I first started, and then I started doing a couple more rough sketches over that just to get the form down. And then I completely lined it, or I started to line it, realized the eyes were looking wonky, and then I did another sketch. Now I'm gonna line the whole thing, and the annoying thing about me lining the whole thing is I'm gonna paint it later. So it's not a necessary step, but I did it anyway. Tail was really fun. I still kind of hate it. I was kind of referencing like dress folds or whatnot while I was doing that. Here's the colors. I kind of went with, Cat kind of has a couple new palettes. I started working on a more pastel-y palette for her, where she's a little bit more toned down, but still really bright and colorful. And also a palette where she's, the neon palette, where she kind of glows in the dark, and I figured that'd be really cool underwater. So that's why we're adding that in there. And her little stockings I made as her little pins on her legs. Now this is a lot of trial and error because I'm really rusty with stuff, so I didn't really know how I wanted to shade everything, so I kind of went back and forth on what I wanted to do. Because I was going to just shell shade, but my current method lately has been to kind of do a painted thing. I'll start with laying down some flat shading, just to get the idea form and to just get some extra colors in there to work with. And then I go back through and merge all the layers together and then paint from there. I actually did two kinds of shading here. So as you can see, I'm kind of going through and just lining out where scales would be at all over her bottom part of her body. I thought this would be kind of interesting to do. It's a lot more work. I'm an idiot, but whatever. I'm going through now, and I changed the line out color and then used a painterly blush to kind of blend in those colors to make the scales not pop as much, because I wanted to look like it's actually part of her and not just me drawing lines over and over again. So at this point I've kind of merged everything down now, and we're going to start painting. That's why I said it's really kind of irritating that I do line art and I keep doing it every time I've drawn something lately. Do the line art and then I'll just paint over everything. I'm like, why did I spend all this time on the line art? But then again, it keeps it all consistent. It makes sure that all my lines and stuff, like the form is very strict. You can tell her silhouette. Oh, here now I'm going over the second kind of form that I did for scales. So I kind of went through with a brush set on color jitter. Kind of added a couple more colors in on the top part and then lined it with another multi-blush there. Yeah, I'm just keep going over and adding more details and adding more colors and stuff. All in all, this was a really fun speed paint. Because I really didn't know where I wanted to go, but I knew I wanted to do something fun with it. And it's kind of funny, I kind of did scales more up her body, like the pink or magenta part of her body is more scaly, and then the yellow is all fluff. Besides the underbelly scales. I'm sorry. It's very inconsistent design here. But all in good fun. The important thing when you do something like what I'm doing with painting like this is just going back through and just continually adding details. It's only going to come out as detailed as you want it to come out, so I just kept going over stuff. And I'm not done with shading yet, but I think this is the part where I started going back through and working on the background. Because that's another important thing. when you're trying to figure out how you're going to shade something, you want to have the background colors pretty much set. Otherwise, your drawing is just going to look kind of weird, like the character wasn't meant to be there, and you just kind of placed her in there. And we don't want that. We want her to look like she belongs in the environment. I have a thing for sunsets. And that's kind of my problem with this, is I almost wish I didn't go with a sunsetty background because it makes Cat is so hard to shade because I keep putting her in backgrounds where there's sunsets and then shading her with those colors, and it just kind of, it's hard to do, but it's always fun. Here I am just trying to keep adding in colors in to blend in the bottom part without losing too many of the details. I wanted it to look different from the top so you could tell she's underwater, but I didn't want to lose out on all that work I did on the scales. Yep, I'm adding back in the stars. I did not want to know how I wanted to do the ocean colors. I'm kind of glad I added the bubbles because that was kind of an afterthought, and I was like, nope, I'm just going to go ahead and add bubbles because bubbles are fun. We're almost to the end here. I didn't record part of the process. I went back through and did a bunch more details and stuff when I was, I forgot to record it. It happens. But all in all, I'm kind of really happy with how it turned out. I was not liking it at first, but that's the whole thing with art, is if I just stop, then I'm not going to keep creating things. And I want to start drawing more, so I might as well just keep drawing. If you enjoyed this format of speed paint, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to do more. I've been wanting to do a speed paint kind of thing forever now, but I've just been so caught up in work and going through some changes at work that hopefully may be cool. Give me less stress, and so I can actually come home and draw and have fun doing it again. And I'd like to share it with you guys, and I'd like to share, I haven't done my video yet, introducing my VTuber. I was streaming at the beginning of the year and then I stopped, and I hope to start streaming again, and I hope you guys will join me over on twitch.tv/CatAuroraMist. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day/night.